Boys, we hit the freaking motherload. Look at this. Facebook Marketplace absolutely killed it this morning. I was doom scrolling as I do on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, OfferUp, all of those websites. And I found this deal that included a Traxxas T-Max, a Traxxas Slash, a Kyosho Inferno Neo, and a Fortec. All modern 3.3s with easy starts, everything for $450. This is like over $1,500 worth of stuff. We got a deal. The crazy thing about these systems though is both the Traxxas Slash 3.3 and the Traxxas T-Max 3.3 both have the easy start system in them. So you don't need a glow plug or anything to start these. You literally stick the starter on, hit the button, and both of these will just start right up. It's absolutely crazy. They have all modern servos, receivers. He even gave me a transmitter for the T-Max. This deal was out of this world. I honestly thought this may have been too good to be true when this came up this morning. So let's take a look at these and see what they're gonna need. The Traxxas T-Max is 100% ready to go with the exception of the fact that it needs a body. I was looking online, I can get one for about $35 or so. The Traxxas Slash is also 100% ready to go. It literally needs nothing with the exception of maybe a cleaning. The Kyosho Inferno Neo unfortunately does not have an easy start system or a pull cord. So we're gonna have to put a probably just standard pull start on this guy. And then it does need a receiver, battery pack, and a steering servo. Probably in total like $80 worth of parts. And then I'm considering this guy kind of just like a freebie in the batch. It does need a steering linkage here. It needs receiver, battery pack, basically all the electronics. I'll probably just throw new servos in it and everything. It needs a good amount, but it'll be a fun little car for somebody once it's done. I thought for this video, we'd keep everything relatively simple and just clean up this Traxxas Slash 3.3 and get this thing listed. I think this is gonna be one of the easiest ones to get rid of. And I know I got some comments on the last video, people asking, I really want you to show us more what the cost of everything is, how much I got it for, what I listed them for, and what all of these cars sell for. So as I'm fixing these things, I'm gonna put prices up on the screen with how much I spent on that part, what the total is, and what I think I'm going to realistically list these things for. As for all of the other cars that I already have listed, you guys know this Traxxas Fortec BMW body. This thing actually looks pretty sweet. This listing is ending in 44 minutes and it's currently at $122. Now that was in a lot of 5 cars that I bought and I paid an average of $120 per car. This one was 100% ready to go. So I literally just cleaned it up and listed it. Right now we're at $122.50 and it's a bid with an auction ending in, like I said, about 42 minutes. So we made $2.50 so far on this listing, and hopefully closer we get to the end, someone's gonna put in some more bids. Now, when I bought that big lot of cars, the guy gave me a handful of just free Nitro motors to do what I want with. I already sold one of them for 50 bucks and I got them for free. So that one was just pure profit. The very first car that I used in this series was this team associated RC10 GT. This auction, again, is also ending in about 40 minutes. Right now, we're just about break even on it, but I know at the end, I'm really hoping we're gonna get some action on this thing because this thing, it's just a classic. It looks cool. And check this out. Literally, as we're doing this video, I just won an auction for a vintage team associated MGT Nitro. Looks kind of cool. I got it for 91 bucks. I've seen these things going for like 150 to 160, so this one's gonna be a good one. Continuing on with this video though, we're gonna keep it relatively simple. This Traxxas Slash 3.3, we're gonna get this thing all cleaned up, get it listed, and see how much money we can get for it. I just won this thing on that auction, and it's already here. What the heck? This thing's a freaking beast, look at this. This guy is gonna need a couple things. A receiver pack, which goes under here, and what do you know? We've got a new Spectrum 2-channel receiver here. The other thing it's gonna need is a battery pack. We've got this little 3S 350 milliamp pack from Zippy, so maybe that will fit in there, I hope. Let's start with this receiver pack though. The car did come with this hump pack, but just because it's kind of on the older side, we're gonna replace it. And also, since this old battery has a regular servo connector, we're gonna have to switch this switch out for a new one with a JST connector. Fortunately, we got one. Does anybody know why it always seems to take like 4 tries to get any RC car to bind? I don't know if it's me, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it always seems to end up working out, but this took 4 tries. What am I doing wrong? The steering's reversed, so we just gotta fix that. And we have no throttle for some reason. Real quick, just gonna try plugging in one of these Moesi servos to see if this one gets power in case there's something wrong with the receiver. The new servo did work, so I'm gonna try plugging in the old servo one more time. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna swap out to a new one. I don't know, I plugged it back in and it's working. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on a handful of times, make sure everything works, because I don't wanna ship this thing out to somebody and then figure out that they were having issues with the throttle servo. All right, so we got the steering servo working really good. We got the throttle servo all trimmed out. And then also I was able to get my new battery pack to fit inside of this little box back here. So that guy's all cleaned up. These body posts on the front and the rear, these are clearly aftermarket upgrades. The guy also threw on some RPM arms. This thing honestly is pretty built. Got the new receiver thrown in here. It's nice. They also do have this little cover here that covers everything up and keeps it all neat and tidy. Just keeping you guys up to date currently with the price list here. So like I said, we paid an average of $112.50 if we want to be that specific. We'll call it $113 for even round numbers here. Then we put a $35 receiver in it, and we put a $5-ish battery pack in it. Oh, and the switch. Well, in theory, that's all the tinkering we have to do. Next step's gonna be getting this thing out to the field somewhere, putting some gas in it, getting it started, getting it tuned right, then taking pictures of it, assuming everything works well, posting it on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Letgo, all these places. I keep calling it Letgo. It's called OfferUp now. They were bought or just changed names. So if I say Letgo, I mean OfferUp. I'm sorry, it's just built into my brain at this point. So let's go get this thing started. Oh, and if you haven't already, like the video, I'd really appreciate it. Holy crap. Oh! Oh no. I went to go try to start the thing again after it flipped over and stalled, and the battery's dead, of course. But you guys get the point. This thing's freaking nuts. Came back to the shop hoping I'd be able to charge this thing up so we could drive this thing around a little bit more. Unfortunately, I don't have a charger to fit this old style connector for this Easy Start here. So whoever buys this thing is gonna have to figure out where to source one of those from. Looking on Amazon, and it looks like you can buy a charger for like $5 or $10. So if you want, we can include that in the price of this build, but I don't think it's necessary. You know what really sucks though is like this thing would be so much fun to hold on to, and it just kind of worked. Like it took a minute to get going. I realized it's because it wasn't getting fuel. Held my finger over the exhaust for a little bit while I was trying to start it. Was able to get it primed, and it did eventually start. I want one like this, but it seems wrong to this series to hold on to it. Is it? Yeah, it probably is. In any news, let's take some photos of this thing, get it listed on eBay, and then later tonight I'll list it everywhere else, and we'll see how we do. One thing I try to do throughout this series is when I'm listing things on eBay, I always do them as an auction to try to give people a fair chance to get things at a reasonable price. I'm not trying to sell this thing for the absolute top of the market. I'm trying to realistically sell these things quick. So if you guys have any interest in trying to get a really good deal on this thing, it's going to be a link to the eBay description the eBay listing in the description down below. So if you guys want to have a chance to win this car, you'll also get the Easy Start system. All you're going to need is a charger for the Easy Start system and a Spectrum compatible transmitter, which you can get one of like the Spectrum DS2, the The transmitter is just like this that you get with a lot of the Arma cars. You can get these for like 20 bucks on eBay. So all you need is a charger for the Easy Start system and a transmitter just like that, and you'll be up and running for about $30 extra. So like I said, if you guys want to pick this thing up, a listing will be in the description down below. That's it though for this video. I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're doing a lot of fun things, I think, on this channel right now with this series. So I'd love it if you guys would join the journey with me. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.